Welcome to the Legacy Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Harris. Good to be with you here. We're in July, right? It's hot here in Kansas City. I'm getting ready to go to one of our big events that we have every single year with my company, and just excited about that. Excited about being on with you today. I love and talked about leadership. Leadership is my passion. I love leadership. I love studying leadership. I've always loved trying my best to become the best leader that I can become. And what I'm going to cover with you is 13 ways to become an inspirational leader. And it's very important not only you become a leader, but an inspirational leader, someone that people want to follow, someone who's inspired by you. Do you inspire people? Do you want to become a leader? If that's the case, this podcast is for you. I'm going to be covering it here. When you think about inspirational, right? It's someone who has core values, something that really believes in what they're doing, really, really believes. I think that's why I always say belief is success. It's such a critical component. It's got to be your core value. We're going to cover core values. You got to have a deep sense of purpose. Okay. And you got to take this responsibility to inspire people for positive change in their life. And that's what we're going to cover here today. So get your notes out. Let's take some great notes. And we're going to cover number one, integrity. Integrity's got to be high on the list, right? Number one, we see so many people fall. So many people fall from leadership positions because of integrity. Hard work will get you there. Character, character will keep you there. So understand that you can do all the hard work you want to do, but if you don't have integrity, okay, your talent, I love the statement here. Your talent can take you places where your character can't keep you. That's a great statement. Is that true for you? That's why you want to work on integrity, because talent's going to take you places and you're going to have the character remain there. It's going to kind of take you down paths. It's going to present opportunities. Sometimes you're going to have the choices where you can go this way or that way. And integrity is the compass that you want to keep you right on track. So, number one, write it down, is integrity. Number two, and this is such a basic principle, okay? It's a good example. You have to be a great example for people to be inspired by you. You have to be somebody they want to follow. They have to be someone that said, that's my leader. Okay. That's the person that I follow. Somebody that's proud to say that. Are you someone that people are proud to have you as your leader? See, I want to be my best. See, it allows everyone around you to be great also. See, if you raise your level, you suck everybody up to that level. Do you understand? That's why being a great example is. I love the quote. It's the work that no one sees that leads to the results everyone wants. Let me say that again. It's the work that no one sees that leads to the results everyone wants. See, that's what good example is. It's you're a person, you're constantly working on yourself, constantly getting better, constantly reading, constantly paying attention. Is that you? So, a good example. Number three, vision. I think this is one of the hardest things for leadership. I think when I see people who are great teammates, but they have no vision, I want you to really think, what is vision? See, vision is pitching something in the future like it's going to happen. You're crystal clear and you can see it. Visionaries can close their eyes. Can you close and see where you want to be? See, some of you are listening to this, you want to be the next level in your business. Can you see that? Can you smell that? Can you feel that? Can you pitch that? See, it's so important as a leader to have vision. See, don't focus only on getting people into your company. Focus on getting your company into people. See, that's a visionary that you have such a solid vision. People want to be a part of that. They want to join that. It's so powerful. A visionary, and it's like I was blessed to be a part of a guy named Mark Hughes, who was the founder of our company. He was such a visionary. He could see 5 years like today. and he could get you to see it and smell it and taste it and feel it. See, what vision are you casting? Some people cast the wrong vision. I love this story. I heard this story. It's not a true story. It's just an example story. But this guy, he was this guy, he was owner of this plant. It was, people are in there and it's kind of hot in there and people are working. It's almost like kind of like a sweatshop. Okay. And they're working and they're putting things together and they're working hard every single day, sometimes 12-hour days. And the boss, okay, the leader, okay, comes and taps the guy on the shoulder. One of the workers said, "Come with me a second." He said, "Come outside." And he took him outside and he says, "See that White House on the hill?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "See a white picket fence around and everything?" He goes, "Yeah, I see it. And those horses, yeah, yeah, I see that." He said, "You know what? You keep working hard in there and I'll own that one day." See, that's the vision that leader was casting. Do you think that's an inspirational leader? What vision are you casting to people? What are you pitching to them? See, the story could have been turned, right? See that White House, see that white fence. You keep working hard in there, and one day you'll own that. See, that's a visionary. You got to have that ability to be able to do that. Number four, clear communication. This is huge. This is huge. Clear communication is such, I think most people are not great communicators. What I say, a great communicator can take the difficult and make it simple. Okay. The educator takes something simple and makes it difficult. See, can you take something difficult and make it simple? You can communicate so clear that you can make it simple. Some people take something that's easy and make it hard. They're not communicators. They can't clearly communicate. See, this is a great statement here. Write this down. Talent gets people, structure keeps them. Clear communication, structure keeps them. That's how you keep an organization. Clear communication. So you can be a good visionary, get people to buy into it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, I want that house that we just talked about." And it's like, "Oh my goodness, no communication, no clear structure." See, being a great leader is the journey from not knowing to knowing. It's taking somebody from not knowing to knowing with communication, clear communication, structure, from not understanding to understanding, from confusion to clarity, crystal clear. If you're not crystal clear in your plan, how to take somebody from here to here, that's why you're not a great leader. And you're definitely not an inspirational leader. See, they don't feel clarity with you. There's cloudy with you, and you change your mind every day and changing all the time, and you're not consistent. You must get clear communication, clear structure to be able to take people to levels. It's so important. Now, the foundation is integrity, right? Is vision. That's your foundation that holds up this structure. Do you understand? So important. Number five, expect the best. I love this concept, expect the best. It's standards. Set a standard. You expect a standard. This is where I expect you to be. See, people are inspired by people who hold a standard, and they're good examples of it. Do you understand? They hold that. They hold that structure, okay, up with a great example. Let me read this. Hard work is a sustainable trait. Talent is what it is. Always people less talented make up for it with hard work. Do you understand that? See, that's how you expect the best out of somebody. I think one of the biggest things I've learned the longer I've been in business for over 30 years, and the biggest thing I've learned, and I just came across so many people, and the longer I do, it's work ethic. It's work ethic and mindset is the key to success. It's the key. And that's why when somebody comes in, I expect the best out of them. Okay. See, hard work is a sustainable trait. Do you understand? You can continue that. Now, There has to be an end game to, no, well, I shouldn't say an end game because I believe in the infinite game. You're always getting better and always getting better and always getting better. But there has to be a vision where you're going for. Okay. See, here's a great concept. Write this down. Doing doing it right is hard. Doing it over is harder. I expect the best out of you. See, doing it right is hard. See, if you do it right, doing it over is hard. So pay attention as a leader, as when you're doing others, okay, we're going to make mistakes sometimes, or we're going to have to, do some changes. But sometimes people are just always doing it wrong. And they don't, it's like they don't even care. They're not held to a standard. Are you held to a standard? Do you hold your team to a standard? You got to have an inspirational leader to have that kind of structure, that kind of that kind of inspiration where you wanted to do the best that you can do. I've always wanted to be the best I could do in everything that I've ever done. Not that I need to be number one, not that I need to, get better, get you, beat you. Just be the best Brad Harris that I can be. What about you? See, you got to be the best. You got to be the best of you, of who you are. Number six, and this is a huge one. I've seen this as I've worked with different leaders. And I think it's such an important trait. And the leader that inspires me the most is the person who's transparent. It's something that I've had to work on. I'm a very private person, very private person. And I've had to learn how to be transparent, be okay with being not like Mr. Everything all the time. See, transparency. See, if you want to impress people, talk about your success. But if you want to impact people, talk about your failures. It's a balance. You ever been around somebody? They always just one up you. If you did something, they did something better. No matter what you say, they're better than that. And you had to mess up somewhere. You're not perfect. See, sharing your failures with someone makes you real. There's so many lessons in it too. You inspire someone when you share that with them. Are you open with your team? And I'm telling you, you need to tell everything that's wrong with you, right? But this is so important. So important to be transparent. Number seven, encouragement. I just don't think you can do that enough. I think that's what people need is hope, right? Hope is encouragement. You know, biggest problem people have is they think they're not supposed to have any problems. That's why I have to encourage people because they just think they're not supposed to have any problems in business. And it's just like an encouragement. It's okay. And it's okay. And so encouragement is such a biggest part of your repertoire when you're really coaching with people and you're really wanting to be the best, right? Is you want to have this ability, okay, to encourage people. It's sometimes what it gets them to the next day, the next week, the next month. People don't get encouraged. People don't tell them they're great. People don't tell them, you know what, I believe in you. It's like food for the soul. Okay. It's just so important. So when you really look at, okay, when you really look at encouragement, right? I love this statement here. Okay. This is good for when you're encouraging people and trying to get them to understand that there's not everything goes perfect, right? You can't look good and get better at the same time. So encourage them. You can't look good and get better at the same time. When you see somebody bake a cake, it looks like a disaster in the kitchen. It looks terrible until it looks great. Then the thing comes out, then the cake comes out of the oven. You're like, wow, that came out of that. See, order comes out of disorder. And great leaders encourage people to get them through those times. Make make them relentless. That way, it's like encourage them on and on and on. See, relentless is such a great trait, by the way. It's such a great trade. I saw this thing as quote. It's like, and it's so some of you guys have watched the Halloween movies with Freddy Krueger, right? And what was the number one quality of Freddy Krueger when you watched him in those movies, chasing the girls or guys around with his knife, right? What was his number one quality? His number one quality. You know what his number one quality was? He was relentless. He just kept coming, he just kept coming, and it just kept coming, and it just kept coming, and it kept coming. You think you killed him, he kept coming, he kept coming. See, relentless, encourage people to be relentless. Fight through problems. Fight because it's worth it. It's worth it. And then you cast vision. See that house? See that white fence? Or whatever it is for them. That's visionary. That's a great leader. That's an inspirational leader. Number nine, I think this is so important. Okay. I think one of the biggest qualities of a leader is you have to get to know your team, get to know the people around you. Okay. So number nine is focus on the team's interest and needs. That's why I think leadership is sometimes one on one. You can't just be a leader and just stand in front of a crowd and talk. That's great. There is inspiration in that. Yes. But when I know somebody's needs and interest, there's this great book. It's called What's in It for Them. What's in It for Them? Written by Joe Polish. Fantastic book. See, that's what people have. What's in it for me? That's an inspirational leader. Okay. See, the only limitation is weakness of attention and poverty of imagination. So what I want to do with the team is find out their interests and needs and then and then and then get them to focus attention on that. Okay? And then see that imagination. See, all this, by the way, helps you with your visionary because a lot of people aren't great visionary casters. And this is the way it is. Focus on the interests and needs and pitch it to them. Get them to focus on it. I thought you told me you wanted to get your husband out of your job. I thought you told me, okay, I thought you told me you wanted to be home with the kids. I thought you told me that you wanted to travel the world. I thought you told me. And just say what it's going to be like and get them to see that and feel that. Focus. Focus is I'm telling you, focus is so important to teach people to do. Focus, and I love the kind of focus and finish. Okay, it's such a concept, but it's so important when you're coaching people and you're trying to coach them. Okay. See, I had this guy who it was a book and it taught you how to focus. And this is what he used to teach. This is crazy, right? But he said, put a dot on a board or on a wall. Just probably don't take a Sharpie. Probably don't do it on your walls, right? But you take it, you can put it on a chalkboard, you can put it on a whiteboard, and just put a dot. Just a dot. Okay. And just focus on that dot. That's how you develop will. That's how you develop focus. Laser. He said, do that 5 minutes a day. And I remember used to doing that. This is way back when I read a book a long time ago. Okay. The old saying is light a candle, focus on the flame until you become one. Light a candle, focus on the flame until you become one. An inspirational leader. Because if you're focused, your thing, then you become this light on a hill. That's biblical. Talks about be a light like a candle on a hill that everybody can see. And you're this shining example. It's powerful. It's an inspirational leader. Number 10, grateful. Once again, the longer I work leadership, the longer I've been 30 years. Gratitude. Gratitude's the highest attitude. You show me somebody who's grateful. I'll show you somebody who's a great leader. I'll show you somebody who's an inspirational leader. It's a great statement. It says, do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. That's gratitude. I'm grateful to be alive today. That was written by Nelson Mandela. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and get back up. I'm grateful to be living. So many people are ungrateful. It's always happened to me. I don't know what they get knocked down. It's just they're ungrateful. Get back up. Be grateful. I'm glad I didn't die. I'm glad it didn't happen to me. I'm glad nothing happened to me. I'm alive. So you have to be grateful for everyone around you. You have to be grateful for your people, for your team. You have to be grateful for your health. I pray every day. I'm so grateful for my health. So grateful. Grateful for Pam's health. I'm grateful for my daughter's health, my son's health, my granddaughter, my grandson. I'm grateful for my dad's health. And so I pray for that because I want to be in gratitude at all times. See, sometimes we're not grateful for people. We're not grateful to live in America. I was talking today, a friend of mine, from a business associate, a friend of mine, we were talking about we live in America. We just got back from the Bahamas. And, it's like, and you see the way some of those people live there, their income they have, and, the poverty that's there. Now, I'm sure even people there are grateful. I remember a friend of mine, and he used to live in the Dominican Republic, and they didn't even have hot water. When he got to America, he was so grateful for hot water. Are you grateful for hot water? It's so, so, so important. Okay. So important. Number 11. This, I think, is one of the hugest things to put a team together. Because remember, before you become a leader, before you become an inspirational leader, you have to have people that are following you, people that are on your team. So, one of the greatest things I think when you're doing this is you have to be able to judge talent. I think the ability to judge, when I say talent, talent with character. That's what I'm constantly. You give me somebody talent with character, I'll take them to the top. It's almost inevitable. Talent. I found people with talent without character. And I found people with character didn't have no talent. It's harder to do that with them. Not that they can't develop that, but it takes time. You give me somebody who's talented, sharp, and has character. That's what you're looking for. Be able to spot that. Spot that quick. I love the story of John Wooden, who's one of the greatest basketball coaches ever. I think, I don't know, 10 or 11 national championships with UCLA. And he talks about going in recruiting top athletes. And he said, he remember, and of course, John Wooden was known to graduating. I mean, some of his players became senators, top businessmen. He unbelievable who he brought out of his basketball program. Some went to the NBA, but the ones who didn't were very highly successful in life. And he said, here's how he did it. He said, when he go into a living room with someone, a recruit, could be the number one recruit in the nation, best basketball player in the college basketball or high school basketball player in the nation. He said, if I walked in their living room and we sat down with their mom and dad, and anytime in that conversation, he disrespected his mom or his dad, disrespected him anyway. And he goes, well, I remember one time this, and his mom kind of said something, and he said, Mom, shut up. And that was it for him. And this guy was the best recruit. And his assistant was with him. He goes, let's go. He told us, let's go. And he goes, what? This kid's going to play for. He's the best player in the nation. They'll want him. I know he's got talent, no character. You know who will disrespect next? Me and you. It's such an important thing. And teach your guys character. Character does build winning teams. It's one of my biggest core values is character. You go back and listen to my podcast on character, how to build winning teams with character. It's one of the most important things you'll ever do with your team. Go listen to that podcast over and over and over. Okay. This great statement. I saw this college recruiter. Okay. He said, if you don't get the one guy you wanted on the team, he can only beat you one game a year. So if you don't get the one guy on your team and he's on the other team, he can only beat you one time a year. But if you get the wrong guy on your team, they'll beat you every day. Really think about that. See, every opportunity is attached to a person. Opportunities do not float like clouds in the sky. They're attached to people. Do you understand? They're attached to people. If you're looking for an opportunity, including one that has financial payoff, you're really looking for a person. Do you understand? Great book. Who, not how. It's the who in your life that's going to take you to the next level, not how. That who will teach you how. That who will do things in your business you won't even believe. It's how every magical business is. They bring a couple who talented people with character. Remember that. Judge talent. Okay. Number 12. This is huge. It's foundational. Healthy body. You know, not just because I'm in a health nutrition company. That's what I do. The longer I do it, it's all about health. One of my best friends right now is battling health. And it's everything. It's everything. It's everything. Everything. Take care of your body. Now, sometimes we can't help it. It comes. But I'm telling you, most of the time you can. So many people are unhealthy out there. A healthy person, it was a great quote. I think it's Tony Robbins did this. A healthy person has 1,000 wishes, but a sick person has only one. Think about that. A healthy person has 1,000 wishes. The world's his oyster. Everything is open to him. A healthy and sick person thinks one thing only, one thing's only, one thing only. I just got to get well. That's all he thinks about. One thing. Take care of yourself. And that's an inspirational leader, a person that looks vibrant, looks healthy, looks powerful. So important. Last one, number 13. You got that healthy body. But now, here's probably the most important thing, right? Healthy body was very important, right? It's a healthy mind. I think it was Bob Proctor who said, don't let the body tell you what to do. The mind tells the body what to do. Some people let the body tell the mind what to do. No, it's the mind tells the body what to do. Do you understand me? He was like, well, I just don't feel like getting up. Stop it. You don't have a healthy mind. That mind tells that body to get up. That mind tells that body to do 10 push-ups. That mind tells that body don't eat that. That mind tells the body don't say that. It controls the tongue. The mind, healthy mind. A great quote from Gandhi, who said, I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. Guard this. You guard your mind. It's the most powerful thing you own. I think it was Jim Quick who said, your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Feelings keep you in bed. Your mind says, get up. See, you put all this together. What are you putting into your mind? What are you feeding your body? And what are you putting in your mind? Wow. And your mind controls that. Your mind controls what comes out of your mouth. Caroline Leaf says, let no thought go unchecked. Do you understand me? You have to have this ability to check everything that comes to your mind before it comes out of your mouth. When a fool speaks his mind, see it. An inspirational leader is somebody who can control his mind, control his body. Okay, and all these 13 things, and we'll say them off here really quick as we close out. Integrity, okay? Good example. 3 is vision. Number 4 is clear communication. 5, expect the best. 6, transparent. 7, encouragement, right? Powerful. 8, recognition. 9, focus on the team's interests and needs. Okay. And then we go number Number 10, grateful. Number 11, ability to judge talent. Number 12, healthy body. Number 13, healthy mind. That's 13 ways to become an inspirational leader. Remember, this whole podcast is about legacy mindset. It's a going from survival to success to significance. Okay, where are you at in the process? And to be significant, to be an inspirational leader, because that's where we all want to be, in that significant mode. We have to really develop ourselves as we go from survival to success. And then we become significant, we become inspirational. Okay, and we lead that legacy. Legacy mindset is a powerful. Have a fantastic day. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.